Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2023's Honor of Kings International Championship, and we are going into our match number 2 of the night. As you know, Wuhan eStar has won the first game of the series, and we're going with the global ban pick here. So, the rule is that they cannot select the same hero in the same series. So it's going to be a test of their hero pools, and BO7 is going to be a long way. So we might see different kind of compositions, mix and match with the original heroes and the AOV heroes.
Yeah, I mean, you just brought up another topic to the table, is that hero pool. We know that we include a lot of different formats in our tournament, but we kick off the tournament by this best of 7. And usually in the game, actually we just let the knockout stage or the final to play the best of 7, right? But right now here, for the debut of the game in the tournament, they're going for this best of 7. I mean, it won't be a big deal if they're doing the original version. But come on, this is a new patch, right?
That's right.
We got 94 heroes in total, which means a lot of heroes are absent from the patch. And also, we bring in 22 new heroes. So what really surprised me is that these two teams, they got their fast adaptation to the patch. They used 8 out of 10 new heroes in game 1.
Yes, I feel like, they have to train for this, They don't have a short time, but I'm really surprised how fast these KPO teams adapted
to be honest, they only got 1 month.
What? 1 month?
Because they just finished their journey in the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, and they are now moving into our game number 2. And I can see Slim's already getting picked up by Beijing Weibo. And Beijing Weibo is going to be on the blue side this time, while eStar is going to be on the red side.
Yeah. And 2 new heroes again can be seen. Slims to be at the marksman, and Aya be the support. And as for Wuhan eStarPro, they take out Iggy.
Yes, Iggy, one of those really, really high prioritized mid, and I feel like she's a similar hero to Shimershi from the original version. So really, really high mobile, also really burstful damage tank in the mid, and really can rotate really fast with its teammates.
Yeah, and here is another thing, is that there's a classic counter pick happening between Maishnui and Iggy. Because like in KPO, when you're taking out Shimengshi, which would be another version for Iggy, always they will go for Maishnui to be the counter attack.
Yes.
Well, the reason of it is because Iggy is known for its fast speed, right? The efficiency to clean up the mid lane and try to rotate. And Maishnui just can't hide his vision, right? In the version, try to gank on Iggy.
Yes, and Maishnui, a lot of damage is coming in from this character. A lot of high mobile, high mobility attacks, and with the flash that this Maishnui is carrying, Iggy has to watch out. He can just be gone in a second or two if he's just not careful about it.
Yeah, and Asuka Murad was absent from this game.
Ooh.
I would say maybe it will become a permanent ban.
Yeah.
Because both junglers on teams will be the core player.
Yeah, I feel like Zuka and Murad, they're banning that in the second phase. So yeah, a lot of OP heroes is getting banned here. Also, Jin actually getting banned. Also, one of the signature hero I feel like Wuhan eStar is going to be using later on, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wuhan eStarPro, they tried to rotate Prince of Liling to play as the support and like Miyamoto Musashi to be the jungler.
Yes, and Prince of Liling, oh my god, this hero just so sneaky. Being the assassin that he is, he probably gonna keep his eyes on Slims, so Slim has to be careful here.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay for Slim to use his mobility, but he only got 1 chance, right?
Yes, and we might see Florentino, our top lane. One of the really, really good top lane from AOV hero is going to be here, and we're going to see Florentino in action on the top lane. This is cool.
After actually, I've heard about this hero. After the patch came out, a lot of pro gamers, they told me that Florentino definitely will be the most OP hero play as the top laner.
Yes, I feel like, he is like a mixture hybrid version of Ma Chao, because, he has to pick up the
and Charlotte,
flower.
right?
And Charlotte, yeah. And he just carrying the sword like a gentleman.
He's so elegant.
Yeah, elegant, but really deadly. Like
Yeah.
he just pick up the flowers, and he has this skill kit. Like he can just do unlimited lunges and switching mobilities back and forth. Such a skillful character. I feel like it requires a lot of high skill and high maneuver to play this hero.
True. And actually, he's throwing out those flowers. So it was roses, right?
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's just to be so lethal, but in an elegant way.
Yeah, those rose banquets,
Love
you
it, love it.
pick it up and you just like lunge forward. He can do a lot of different combos. Like the man has, the recovery skills, the true damage, stuns, and a lot of movements, and it's a really hard way to really get this character in time. So he goes around a lot, and he's carrying that intimidate. So he's doing damage reduction at the same time. So it's gonna be really hard to gank this character on the top lane.
Exactly. So Zimo definitely will be so comfortable during the lanes. And what about, let's just emphasize more about the top laners. As for Zimo, he's playing the warrior right now, right? And also maybe the assassin during the team fight. But as for Sun Lingwei, he's playing Lian Po. And Lian Po is a great initiator, but he's just gonna be the tank. So it's more like Zimo will use his power at the lanes and try to rotate faster than Lian Po.
Yes.
But as for Wuhan eStarPro, this time they just rotate the Prince of Bluntly to play as a support. It's I would say it's quite common for the last patch in HOK, but this time they do it again. It's kind of be their comfort zone, so
Yeah.
they're gonna cause great threat towards Maestro Nui and also Slims during the team fight.
Yeah, definitely. Also that, Prince Alani is carrying that flash, so he's gonna use that gap closer. Flash in, ultimate, that's a lot of distance. 800 units, that is 2 flashes of a distance, so he can really gank those squishy heroes like Slims in the early game, also like
Exactly.
Maishinui if they find them in the patch of grass.
So this is definitely gonna be an explosive game, and right now, right here in this arena, hearing the crowd making the voice, let's go for game 2. Beijing Weibo on the blue side and Wuhan eStarPro on the red.
Yes, let's go. And right here, right now, Iggy in the mid lane, trying to make some quick rotation, but he's facing 2 enemies right now from Beijing Weibo, so he might not have that early rotation possible. But here, Prince Alani helping out the Izhen at the bottom. So, Izhen is still having that Prince Alani, just watch his back at all times.
I mean, like Garo play against Lims, I would say Garo, by using those long attacking range, maybe, well, be more powerful than Lims during the laning.
Yes, let me some time to build up those, piercing damage and attack speed. But here's
Woo!
Zian try to do some damage. Zian is trouble.
The
Try to
stack.
get away. Anya going into that passive mode. Here is gonna be the Maishinui coming in, almost getting in Shinro's face right there. Everyone just falling back, taking a breather. Oh my god, like I feel like the first blood almost about to come up.
Yeah, and I mean, this turn for Beijing Weibo, they win out Wuhan eStarPro from the first skirmishes. Even though there's no kills happening, but both flashes from the core players, from the backliners of Wuhan eStarPro were first out, right?
Yeah.
Iggy, and that also means Iggy might be locked up in the mid lane. He cannot rotate without a flash. And also Garo, Izhen will back off a little bit during the laning. So even though there's no kills happening right now, but for Beijing Weibo, they can do more things.
Definitely. They already have that calculation in hand. That flash is 120 seconds cooldown, so they already have that time lock. If, they don't have that flash during this time, they can actually have, a different kind of calculation to gank before they have their flash ready.
True. And I would say if we need to talk about the advantages that Beijing Weibo has in the early game, we need to talk about Aya. Right?
Yes.
Aya's second ability, he's like another version about Yaria.
Yes.
But it's more like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like, Yaria, I mean, still, I do love Yaria, but, I'm not going to be coming home tonight to Yaria. But no offense to Yaria, we all love you. Definitely, Aya is a really unique hero, like similar to Yaria, but her second ability just basically Yaria's third ultimate.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I mean,
lot
that's
of
the point,
options.
right? Like for Yaria, if you want to do the lanes, you need to make sure that Yaria will upgrade to level 4.
Yes.
But that takes time, at
Yeah.
least 2 minutes, right? But for Aya, you can just upgrade your second ability.
Yeah,
And
on
try
the-
to do the
on
protection.
the first level, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the reason why she might be more powerful than Yarya.
Yes, and also her ability, her summoner skills actually can be used on the person that she's using that second ability on. You know,
Yeah.
transferring that frenzy to Slims, transferring that frenzy to anyone of their allies.
Yeah, this is such an, well, benevolent and kind hero, you know.
Yes. And actually, you know, this Anya has a skin. You know, it's called the commentator skin, which is basically Anya turned into us.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's a really interesting fact that for the AOE versions out
Yeah.
there, you can get that skin on the AOE version.
And no wonder why that make Aya so popular. And
Yeah.
right now, eStarPro trying to do something at the bottom lane. They try to gag on Slims, but Slims with this red buff, he can kiting those opponents a lot.
Yeah, Slam just jump so versatile. Like
Yeah.
his second ability can jump to any location that he wants in a small region, but the jump is so high, so he can jump over walls, he can jump over different obstacles. So it's gonna be really hard for ganking Slim, but Prince of Lanling just go
Stun.
in, try to make some damage, but the damage is not really even there. Like he does not have that damage enough to kill Slim.
I mean, we can see that Wuhan eStarPro, they try to make a lot of things happen, and actually they try to set up Beijing Weibo, but the problem is the skirmishes was disconnected. Like Prince of Lanling, he come in, got a nice stun, but no more damage can, you know, come up with them.
Yes, but it's just a little bit harassment here. But you know, 4 minutes is gonna be here, so everybody's gonna fight for resources, and this is definitely this big resource is gonna be this tyrant here. It goes to Duan. Duan is gonna move in, maybe go for this blue jungle in the eStarPro side.
They're now doing those invasions into Wuhan eStarPro's blue buff, take it away, and now Beijing Weibo can, you know, gradually take down the tower on at the bottom, and for Wuhan eStarPro, they know that they just need to give up the tower at the bottom, and they try to do some trades.
Blue team
Yes, I
has
feel like this
destroyed a
version,
tower.
like Duan is gonna be super strong with that purple jungle item. I mean, this is his version. I mean, he is the king of the jungles, and he's so tanky. He has like true damage. He has stuns. He has everything. Mobility. He's the man of jack of all trades.
Yeah. So Duan, not only in this patch, you know, even in HOK, when we're doing KPL, Duan would always be the most prevalent pick right now. Being so tanky enough, bring the vision, and he's just like the bodyguard
Yes.
for his own faction.
Yeah, the game really is slower than usual, slower than last game actually. This game, everybody's just playing it safe. You know, they don't want to do too much, and I feel like, you know, Weibo is getting really anxious. You know, they want to do everything just right. They don't want to, you know, kind of be too much damage output like the last game.
And one thing for sure is that Beijing will try to avoid those big team fights. Because we can see, if we scrutinize the draft for eStarPro, you can see a lot of
Red
crowd
team
control
has
cases.
destroyed
Limbo's
a tower.
ulti, right? And there will be 2 assassins coming in, Prince of Lanling and Miao Musashi. So there's no way for Beijing Weibo to protect their slaves, their precious marksmen. So Beijing Weibo, they definitely want to avoid those big engagements.
Yeah, I feel like Beijing Weibo has to go
Blue
with the
team
small
has
skirmishes.
destroyed
Yeah.
a
To
tower.
get down at least, you know, 1 or 2 enemies before going in. Maybe, you know, have the number advantage in those bigger team fights.
Yeah.
And I know eStar is just well known for their team fight, you know, their strategy, their engagement is so well calculated. Like it just everybody, the coordination, like the shot callers at the same time. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to those team fights where, you know, eStar Pro communicate. I just want to hear like their chat transmissions, like what's going on in their minds.
I will tell you that it was chaotic. No one actually really hear about them, but now here's the team fight. Tumble in Maishuni, it was and get her kill on this Prince of Lanling.
Yes, and Prince of Lanling was a little bit too deep, you know, didn't have really much mobility there after using that ultimate. You know, Nimpo also was in there at the same time, almost getting caught, but, you know, walk away alive. Just one casualty here for Wuhan eStarPro.
Yeah. It's just like the same story is happening right now, just like game 1, right? Beijing Weibo, they got advantage in the early game, but the problem is now for game 2, how they're gonna solidify it. But due to the draft, it was quite different compared to the last one. With that tank to play as a jungler, right? The Dun, Beijing Weibo can make sure that they can gradually gain the vision control and just play it around the slams and try to take down the towers.
Yeah, and Slam is a tank killer. Stamp is gonna be a little bit in trouble, but his damage is so much. Limpo just not gonna be taking it in. Limpo getting away.
But
Here is Florentino, but by Shinui got taken down by the other team, and everything's chaotic. But Dun is still alive. 3-man down, 4-man down.
Still there, try to get another kill for his ability, but the triple kill goes over to the support, to Ziyang from Wuhan eStarPro. He's not playing like a support, he's playing like an explosive assassin.
Yeah, he knows how to get around the map and in those critical conditions, and he still managed to walk out alive with that HP. That is gonna be a 1-for-5 trade, and team fight wise, eStar got this hands down.
This is exactly what we want, and let's just watch the replay. First thing first, it was Wuhan eStarPro tried to initiate, but it was quite dangerous, right? Since the HP has been taken extremely low, but luckily that was Lianpo, right? You can just give him up, and then Prince of Lungling come in, got the double qual, and then go back, turn to Linghen, and achieve this triple. Everyone just cheer for this great performance.
That was chaotic. You know, the kill was happening in the jungle.
Yeah.
The kill was happening in the enemy's jungle.
Like everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. You just a one-man bomb down one by one, and Prince Alani just know how to execute those damages well.
But that's exactly what we predict, right? For Beijing Weibo, they did quite a good job in the early game, but the problem is they try to get a void of those big engagement from Wuhan eStarPro. But eStar is just, you know, again being so aggressive and always trying to force Beijing Weibo to play the team fight.
Yes, Beijing Weibo tried to walk into the mid, but they might want to go for objectives instead of those team fight, but eStar just forcing them right away. And here's the rest of the members, and you can see Prince Alani try to flank around the back. Florentino is making it to the scene. Prince Alani going away. Here's going to be Maishinui escaping. Here's going to be...
It's going to be the time for Beijing Weibo. They're just going to do the counter attack.
Yes, 2-man falls for eStarPro, but here might losing the objectives right here, and that is going to be a 10 minutes Tyrant. So a lot of a buff is going to go into the Beijing Weibo side.
I would say Beijing Weibo is quite used to this kind of tyrant, because this team, Beijing Weibo, they might not be so aggressive as Wuhan eStarPro does, but they always be so calm.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of situation they're facing, they're just gonna calm down and buck up a little bit, and just waiting for the right moment to counterattack.
Yes, right now maybe they want to make that push on that mid tower. That mid tower is still there for eStarPro.
Yeah.
So they're not losing any momentum right now. They can actually bring that momentum back since they have that mid tower secured.
Exactly. So maybe mid tower will be the most important resources for Beijing Weibo to gain, right? Everything that they did while directly targeting at the milling tower. Because the milling tower just make sure that Wuhan eStarPro won't lose the control of the riverside.
Yes, but here is Weibo sitting at the door of the mid tower. Here's the initiation.
Ooh, Garo has been taken down.
Going in, Garo just got melted by the enemies, by Dun, and also Slims with the quick movement, the nimble jump forward. They're gonna clean up the middle tower. They're gonna get the top tower, the second tier. But Prince Alani trying to make something happen here. Maybe, you know, going after those squishy heroes that Beijing Weibo have.
I mean, like Ziyang can do that, but well, Beijing Weibo let him to do that because after all, Princess Lama is just like a support. So Beijing Weibo definitely know that. So they just, you know, again gathering together, be setting units, you know, just roll in, be like a squad.
That's right. Late game, I feel like Prince Alani, the damage is not going to be enough.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the early game or the mid game, that's when, you know, Prince Alani can't do those damages. But I'm worried about late game. Is the damage going to be enough? Here's Musashi running. Florentino using that Intimidate. right here, try to get away, but the fight is going to be happening. Anya try to protect. Slim goes down. Anya jumps out, turns into a squirrel, still running for its life, but eStar is out for blood right now in hot pursuit of Duan. Duan is going to be with Anya in the 3 versus 2 situation. It's going to be Maishinui on the background doing some fan damage, but here is Garo in the scene. They have to back up, and eStarPro is pushing forward.
They push again, push back again. eStarPro, they defend their high ground tower and utilizing that team fight again, just force Beijing Weibo to retreat. And one of the reasons why eStarPro can win that team fight, maybe it's mainly because Garo is always in such a comfortable setting, right? Garo was hiding under the second tower in the middle lane, and by using that long attacking range, he's constantly doing this output, support the damage down, and let Wuhan eStarPro to push back.
Yes, definitely. eStarPro is doing a really nice job. Even though, there's some, cons of, Prince Alani being a little bit weak in the late game, but they really allocate a lot of the damages together, knowing which hero does damage here and there. And I feel like the team fight, they're so well calculated. I feel like a little bit more than Weibo.
Exactly. So here's the thing. Actually, due to the different situation, you need to change your playing style in a more flexible way. For example, in the early game or the early middle game, Prince of Lonely will do his job. But after all, we are going to the late game. So eStarPro may change their playing style and just try to protect Garo.
Oh, his immunity from them. Nempo is not going to survive those damages. Florentino is going to jump in. He's going to go. Maishinui jumping in the flash. The bomb from the sky. But Masashi clean him up. Crucial crowd control by Maishinui. Maishinui already got the job done. And he's going to be Prince Alani running around, just trying to get the enemies, scaring them away for a second.
Yeah,
but there's nothing that he can do right now. Maybe still the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, like, Quadrant just like a bomb. And he just throw himself into the crowd, got the most crucial kill. He take that Garo down, and that exactly just turned the situation around.
Yes.
Beijing Weibo, they are trying to, enclose the position, right? Florentino was at the rear, and Maishinui Huazhen just come in like a bomb and just blow Wuhan eStarPro up.
Yeah, that was a really fast reaction by Weibo. They have that attack coordinated. So, eStarPro has to be careful. I feel like, Weibo is doing the same thing that eStar did to them in the first game.
Yeah.
So I can feel like the revenge coming from Beijing Weibo.
And in the same way, right?
Yeah, in the same way. So it's super fun to watch.
Yeah, do it head to head, and that's what we call KPL. And
That's
welcome
right.
to KPL.
That's right, and you can see like on the screen right now, real-time go chart. Here's the go fluctuation. Kind of go up and down. Actually goes both ways.
Yeah. So again, a lot of back and forths, and this time for Wuhan eStarPro, they do need to protect Garo again, but they are quite good at cleaning up those minions. But how they're gonna protect Garo during the team fight? I mean, Florentino and Maishinui are really tough.
Yeah, they can really jump in and going after your center players. Those centers like Garo. Oh, Garo falling so low. Oh, Ling Wei has to go back. So Ling Wei try to protect Garo as much as possible. I think here is gonna be Prince Alani, but doesn't do any damage, and he just in the midst of the crowd, surrounded by enemies.
I mean, that kind of timing was quite decent, but you see how fast Chelsea react, right? That was an instant, like flash for flash.
Yeah, flash and flash.
Exactly the same timing when Zion flashed in, Chelsea just flashed out. After he dodged the gank, it's gonna be the time for Beijing Weibo to take the gank.
Yeah, and Slim's ability, he has an extra jump, so he flashed and he's using second ability, he can get to another spot and really dodge a lot of the assassin skills from Zion.
Just like Chelsea is taking himself as a bait.
Kind of, baiting that Prince Alani to come out of its shadows. Here's Super Minion on the top side of the lane. Look at that. Mid tower gone. All of the high ground tower are gone for Wuhan eStarPro. It's going to be the end game. Let's see if eStarPro is managed to defend their crystal.
5,000 gold lead goes over to Beijing WB, and since they're being so powerful in the late game, I mean, it's gonna be the time for them to close out the game. They're sending the strongest vanguards into the mid, and Limpo tried to jump in and ultimate out, but here comes Maishinui. He was taken down by Musashi, and Musashi resected again, but here comes the vanguards. Beijing WB with no more
focusing
kills.
on the fight. They just want to target the crystal and end the game. And that's the revenge from Beijing WB. That's gonna be your game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. That was super crazy.
And 1-1. Each game was so explosive. You can see so many back and forth, and both teams are just do it toe to toe.
That's right, coming hand in hand, toe to toe. These two teams are such a spectacular show in our first day of our KIC tournament.
Exactly. I mean, first thing first, KIC is the highest level of the game.
Yeah.
So actually those teams from not only KPL region but also other regions, they are selected by their own tournament, right?
Yeah.
And they're the top teams, right?
Yeah.
Participating in KIC right now in the arena. And for this game, for first day, these two teams definitely want the best ticket, get straight into the group stage.
That's right, and you know, if you get in the first time, it's gonna be less stress for the team.
Yeah.
Also, these top 4 teams, they came a long way, and KPL region is super strict, and they have a rank point system, so the highest point is able to participate in these BO7s.
Exactly, and we have actually 2 rounds of KPL region qualified. This is the first round, and there will be 4 top scoring teams participating in this round. First day will be Beijing WB play against武汉eStarPro, and tomorrow will be Foshan JRG play against Suzhou KSG. And the winner of both, like 2 teams, they will directly win themselves the spot to the group stage. And the losers will be descended into the second round. You don't know what kind of thing will happen because there's too many strong teams in KPL region, and you need to compete with this totally new patch.
Yeah, definitely. And it's always good to win first hand. That's why you get your 2 tickets directly into our group stage.
Yeah.
So there's only 2 direct tickets in the first round.
Yeah.
So whoever teams get these tickets, they're gonna be well off in a really good start.
Yeah.
And the losers still have a chance to come back, but they have to go down and come back the hard way.
Yeah, it's more like they're now in the winners bracket, right?
Yeah.
But after they go to the second round of the KPL qualify, they are not gonna do the best of 7. Instead, they're going for the best of 2 with the single round robin.
Yes.
Right? And there's gonna be 6 plus these 2 teams, which will be 8 teams in total from KPL region, gaining for that 3 spot.
Yeah.
3 out of 8.
And those
That's
spots
insane.
are so valuable.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard. Like, that's going to be judging on your rank points. The higher your rank points, the more likely you're going to go into that group stage, taking that 3 top spots, but still 8 teams. And we're talking about the KPL region here.
Yeah, I mean, it's KPL. Like,
Yeah,
3
yeah,
out of
yeah.
8. That's insane.
That's insane. Like, everybody better get to practice
Yeah.
day after day. Just sleep, eat, practice.
All the time, right?
All the time.
Take it serious because we mentioned about this is the highest level of the whole tournament. Every team, they worked for almost 1 year to gaining their precious spot, being selected, participating in KIC, but it's only the start of the tournament. It's so cool.
That's right. You just have to, move in with your coaches. Everybody live under one roof, practice every single day. That's a little bit, hard for the team, but I feel like these teams already got a lot of practice.
Yeah, I got the same
and
feeling.
they learn really fast.
Yeah.
And these players are so talented.
Yeah, they're so talented because after all, they only got maybe at least 1 month to adjust the new patch. And there's so many new heroes, 22 new heroes from AOV. But as we can see, each game, we can see new heroes appear.
Yes, and here's the new heroes. Florentino for this game. The Slims, there's Anya. We've seen the previous game. Prince Alani was a surprise pick, for this one. I didn't expect that Prince Alani to come out as a support. And obviously we have Iggy. So, Iggy was the only new hero from Wuhan eStarPro. That's from the AoE version. So, maybe they're trying to save their spots. Kind of, want to save their cards for the later games. I don't know. Maybe like eStarPro try to pull something off here.
Yeah, because after all, we're doing best of 7, right? You need to save your cards because you don't know what if you goes to game 6 and you're left no heroes.
That's right.
Because there's only 94 heroes and a lot of prevalent KPL heroes from HOK was absent. For example, Luba Master, right? It's not here. For example, Mengya, Kea, right? Guiguzi, these heroes, those popular heroes are absent from the patch. So the hero pool is quite limited.
And here's MVP.
Yeah, it goes over to Chao Shi, the marksman from Beijing WB.
That's right, with the KDA 3, 4, and 8. And look at that 100% team fight. He is always there at all time. I just feel like he just there 24/7 for hit their team.
Being so busy.
Yeah, so busy.
And I mean, maybe that's something to do with this hero, right? His second ability allows this hero to rotate faster than any other marksman.
Yeah, definitely. The jump and everything, like the skills that he lands, he gained attack speed, he gained movement speed, and you can judging from the replay, he just, judging all the threats. As an ADC, you have to predict which hero is going to be the threat, like Prince of Lanling, Musashi, and he does it so well. Chao Shi just recognized the threat, and he keep the exact safe distance. The distance allows him to attack. Also, the distance allows him to disengage.
Yeah, like he always can kind of like keep an eye on his back, right?
Yes.
And we may see the flash for flash in this MVP highlights, but also I want to highlight another people that will be my Shinui, right?
Yeah.
The insta engagement, those crucial engagement help Beijing Weibo just accelerate their pace and snowball the game.
Yeah, I remember my Shinui just dive in just at the right timing. Just such an incredible play.
Yeah. I mean, the second when Huajun just threw himself into the crowd, Garrett just vanished.
Yeah, vanished out of nowhere. Just
Yeah.
didn't even know where that character goes. Yeah, super delightful to see that he can control this Mai Shinui this way.
Yeah, and Mai Shinui are quite popular right now, as you can see,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Both teams
surprised.
are in
I was
favor of
thinking
this hero.
the new heroes be taking over, but actually Mai Shinui still up there with the the tier zeros like Liliana and different.
Yeah, Liliana.
Yeah, Liliana haven't appeared yet, but maybe we'll see her pretty soon.
I thought so, because since these two players are really good at playing Assassin Mage, Huajun and Jinro, so after Liliana brought up into this table, I would say this kind of like hybrid Tigress and Mai Shinui
Yeah, like a
will be
mixture.
so favored for these two
Yeah,
players.
Definitely. I feel like they've been practicing this hero a lot since they're mid-mage assassins. So we gotta see that happening. So, but before that happens, we're gonna take a small break and we'll get back to you very soon.